One of my pet peeves, I'll say this as a comic, and I'm probably going to say this to any other comic that I talk to, is when you're talking to someone and in the most banal conversation, they're like, hey, and don't put any of this in your act. And you're don't flatter yourself. You said, my name is Jim. No. You've said nothing to me, and there's nothing to go. This story is not going in an act.
This is a whole list of pet peeves you've just opened up for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just in a casino. I was doing the Foxwoods in
Providence.
Yes. Okay. So
it's the ballroom that they've turned into a comedy club.
Well, I was in the theater this time, but I have done the comedy.
I haven't been invited to the theater. Go on.
But so I like to play blackjack, but I always try to find a table that's very quiet by myself. And when you're about to do a show, obviously people will recognize you and stuff. Now, some guys came and sat with me, and they didn't admit right away that they knew me, which I don't mind, and they started.
I do mind.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you why.
But you know
later.
when they're doing the look and they just... And then the problem was they didn't know how to play blackjack. So I'm like, all right, now you're fucking the cards up and you're irritating me because you're hitting on a 15 against a 6, and that's really bothering me.
Yeah.
And then the big one comes out. One of them goes, the dealer gets blackjack, and one of them goes, oh, man, you're such a cunt. Now, when Americans think that they can say the word cunt because I'm in the room,
right,
that all of a sudden it's an open, because I say I'm synonymous with the word, I get that, I get that people like it.
It's less abrasive when an Australian accent says it.
But it's the same thing. I don't say motherfucker because it sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth.
Okay. It's about knowing what you sound like.
Yeah, I don't go, oh, you know that goddamn motherfucker.
Right.
Doesn't sound right.
No.
But I can say cunt with a lot of gusto.
Yeah, it's different.
And so, and it's like he says it to the girl, and I'm like...
Thinking you're going to laugh at your own material coming out of him.
I went, don't call a fucking stranger a cunt.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you... What the fuck are you doing? The girl just got blackjack. It's a random card game. Like, holy shit. And then
I would freak out if someone said that to me.
And then the girl was like, excuse me, like that. And then the guy leans over and he goes, hey, he goes, you probably get a lot of this. You probably put this in your routine. And it bothered me. And now what's bothering me even more is now it's almost a routine because I'm telling it in front of a camera. So he's got what he wanted, and that's even more upsetting.
But he didn't get it. So many people do it.
I will not be doing it on stage.
No. And as long as you don't do it on stage, it's okay. And so many people do it that there's no way... People don't realize when they're not comics how much we get the same thing over and over. Yeah. How every time you take pictures after a show or sign autographs, you probably don't. You probably go into your spaceship and go back to your suite.
I do photos and stuff like that, yeah.
But so you get... Some comics don't, and they're terrible people. But you come up after, and... There's certain stock lines that people say to you, and no one means to. And you know what? I definitely do it if someone's got a name and you make a rhyme, and then you're like, ugh, probably everyone makes, if your name's Penny, probably everyone says Penny Lane or something like that. Yeah. But they come up with you after pictures, like I always have Blanche with me. Mm-hmm. And I would say, let's say there's 100, okay, let's say there's 300 people in the crowd, make myself feel good. Of that, 50% will be like, we're actually here to see the real star, Blanche. And to them, it's like a cute little jab. But when you've heard it for the 75th time that night, you're like, I get it. My dog's amazing.
Every time I do a photo, the photographer goes, 1, 2, 3, can't. And I just smile and I don't do it. And then everyone comes up to me because obviously I have
got to get through it.
I have a terrible fake smile. I actually quite enjoy the photographs. Most people are very nice, and I would hate it more if people didn't want to have photographs with me. So I don't begrudgingly do it in any way.
Right, for sure.
But sometimes I'm tired if I've done 2 shows or something like that, or I'm drunk.
You just want to get it over with.
Yeah, smile, and I'm drunk and I'm smiling, photo smile. And people come up to me and they go, you look like you fucking hate this. And then it's like, dude, I'm painting this smile on, please.
Please, I just did over an hour of physical and mental exertion, and I'm here because I love my fans. Please, you're drunk, you want to kiss me, you want to touch me. Let's just realize that you are one in a line of several.
Does this happen to women? I don't know if it does, but is it okay if I grab your ass? Girls ask me that. Yeah.
I've never had a guy, I think they're a little afraid of me, but girls think like, oh, we can get off on like a lesbian thing, and I'm like, you don't like... Absolutely not. Yeah, and sometimes they do it. I've had girls kiss me on the face, and you're just like sitting there tolerating like her lip smacker's Dr. Pepper flavored chapstick.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
they go, can you kiss me on the cheek? And I'm like, you can kiss me on the cheek if you want. And I look at them like, if that's what you need.
If you need it.
Yeah. But then there's the other one. It's like, can you grab my tit? someone says to me, and I'm like, no, because the photo goes out and it's me grabbing a person's tit. There isn't the explanation of someone going, I requested Jim to do this. It just looks like I'm going, that.
Local Australian comic Jim Jefferies assaults woman in casino lobby.
I'm not going, exactly. I'm not going to grab your tit.
Girls ask me to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not that, like, I know that you related to me on stage, but I'm not that kind of party girl. Like, I don't want to kiss a girl for funsies. I don't want to touch your boob. Sometimes people request things. You don't mind doing a couple of them, but it's also like, we're not monkeys. So don't make me do a bit from my act in the picture.
I used to, if someone go, can we all give the camera the finger?
Yeah.
I used to do it, and now I'm like, I won't even do that anymore. Because it's so lame.
It's so lame.
That is such a lame
to flip off a camera
gesture.
Do you know that it's funny that you said that. Also, you never know if it's do you put the fingers down?
Oh, you did,
do you hold
that one.
I did a show this weekend.
I hate this one. If someone does that,
I won't even look at that.
I won't even be your friend.
Who does that in general?
If you ever do it on camera and go, like that, you're a fucking knob.
So, I love that word.